That is quite a long, odd one called New Imagination Cinema. It's a bit of a screenplay, a bit of a poem, a bit of both. New Imagination Cinema. A young Minnesotan woman named Grace begins to read from a podium in a small, well-lighted room. Grace. Don't know if I name it following because they copy their style. Maybe, just maybe, there seems to be little to warrant such a claim, for all that. Despite that, did you know Philip Levine is heavy on the sauce at Anthony Quinn's poetry party? Yet he never shows it. Lucky dog. All bark, no bite. I just thought it would be nice to consider since Sam said you never demand it. That's when they might actually do it. I seriously wonder who they are. I'll be candid with you. Forget they. Secondly, there is a moral majority sweeping through the Midwestern bowels of America. The United States is a place, call it a territory, where the best and worst of freaks fight it out for a wee bit of extra cash and attention. Admit it, you vote with your wallet. After all, think about what you do 5 days a week for a living. Yes, so few can say it's a worthy Cracker Jack prize, and even fewer can say they're satisfied. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm invisible. I sometimes wonder if it's essential to secure insanity. That might sound like a contradiction or a mincing of words, but I've reasoned it out. Insanity is not good. You want to think clearly, sanely. On other matters, it's known that sacrifice is plentiful. That happens permanently stuck in the mind, encoded in most of us. It comes in all shapes and sizes. It's the apple tree theory. Ask a priest or a rabbi who has studied and contemplated this theory, and they both know there's no to little difference. We just make it so, saying we love to squabble due to existential angst hardwired within us. That's foreseeable, forgivable too. We fight because death scares the shit out of us, if you're sane. As for myself, I'm here on earth to worship the sun. It's old-fashioned, but I know this canny Indian law of land, air, and water, an acronym equivalent and evident, as we should all feel the miracle happening first above any shifting idea we pay off as fact or non-fiction. Grace drinks water. Does assumption suggest too much? I once hit a half-court shot at Assumption grade school. That was not near my home. My name is Grace. I've had one hole-in-one and one half-quarter. Let the sun god be, and the lesson to those who cater to the moon. A fine duo. The question remains, is there water on our moon? Most likely yes, but not today. Some things have seen better days, certainly more colorful and vibrant days. No sense in going green with no water. Can't survive long without it. Scene change. A man who looks like Abdul the Arab is spying on Miss O'Connor as she shops in an open-air market on the outskirts of London. She's being observed by a handsome Korean clerk while accompanied by her male lover who is French. Abdul greets them after 30 seconds of melon and strawberry feeling, smelling, and sampling. Abdul is then paid £5 for carrying Miss O'Connor's groceries back 4 blocks to her modest flat. Hot in July with blue English sky. 22 degrees Celsius, that's why. The scene is overdubbed by Pat Metheny's Bright Size Life recording. While they walk to the flat, Miss O'Connor's lover speaks woefully about his undying support for the IRA and how the good old days are now the gone old days. Back to Grace reading at the podium. That kind of picture we should hope for. We learn to appreciate the moment, not as a trite expression, but in theory, the small things. Scene change. Anthony Quinn's Oscar party. Walk the camera around for 20 seconds. James Caan is laughing wildly. He's drunk and alive. Scene change. Show a guy in the woods for 20 seconds, staggering around and lost and near death. He's terrified. Scene change. Miss O'Connor in Greenwich Park strolling alone past the timeline on a day where hundreds of Brits enjoy the sun-infused environment. Soon she spots Bill Volman and I by the lower gate drinking cans of Guinness Stout. We have a video camera and are filming her approach, while a bigger camera films us all. Images of England surround. Scene change. 5 full minutes of the London Philharmonic playing Aaron Copland's Billy the Kid. Scene change. Back to Quinn's poetry party where Anthony sits alone amid a crowd. Robert Redford is standing behind him. He chats with Julia Roberts, who is wearing a cowboy hat and boots. She appears tipsy. In the background, Madonna is wearing a lovely floral dress. In her hand is a bowl of fruit. She eats with her fingers. She wears no makeup and looks great. Her hair is gray and her skin is tanned. Frankie Campanella has his arm around her. With his other hand, Frankie waves at Miss Roberts, who proffers a smile. Close up on Julia Roberts, who is now very gleeful, as Robert Redford says to her, "This is audible. I think it's a good idea. You would be right for the part, Julia. Would you care to join us?" Miss Roberts responds, "You're the best, Bob." Kisses and hugs him. Scene change. Close up of a Spaniard waving at a matador. From the bustling stands is the perspective. Looking into the matador's eyes inside the ring, right before he takes on the bull. It's dusk in Pamplona. The stadium is frantic and smoky, alive. Show the bullfight, and the bull is eventually dispatched on the 5th rapier to the back of the neck. The red tape is visible. Scene change. It's raining hard. Bill Volman and I in Greenwich Park soaking wet. We look at each other and shake our heads. All we have are 2 paper bags of gin. Show a frame of a pub down near the old boathouse outside Greenwich Park. Show the horizon for 10 seconds with Pat Metheny's music is overdubbed, Bright-Sized Life. These words are spoken by Volman. There is something charming about this English rain, this piss drizzle. Some find it oppressive, but I like how it cleans these greasy streets. I like how it makes the limp trees and plants stand tall. These flowers over here don't mind a drink either. Bill and I look into the sky. Rain continues to come down. We laugh maniacally. Phase out. Show the Greenwich timeline. More Pat Metheny music. More Bill and I standing in the rain.